In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the new G.I. Joe Classified series, Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. But first, let's check out that splash screen. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Avionyx. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. So once again, we are taking a look at the new G.I. Joe Classified series action figure, Craig Rock and Roll McConnell. Here's the front of the box. Let's check out the top of the packaging right here. Warning, ages 4 and up, but you know, it's all for ages 16 and up. Here is the back side of the box, and Rock and Roll is number 71. Here is what this side of the box looks like with a QR code right there. And I'm thinking the QR code is going to give you to the classifications of what Craig Rock and Roll McConnell is all about. And then on this side of the packaging is artwork of Rock and Roll. All right, so let's go ahead and take him out of the box. So this is the first that I'm seeing, but there's an actual image of Rock and Roll behind him while he's mounted inside the cardboard insert. Before, all I've seen was just like G.I. Joe logoing or the Cobra logoing inside. So that's new. So I don't know if there's any other figures out there currently right now that has an image of them inside. And then we have our Pelican case style cardboard box that has all of our accessories inside. It says Rock and Roll, number 71. It's a dark charcoal gray color. All right, let's go ahead and get everything completely out now. All right, so first, taking a look at all the accessories, he does come with a total of 4 hands or 2 pairs, to right, to left. The hand on his body attached is his gun gripping hand on the right, and then he does have a gun gripping hand for the left too, including a tattoo of a mandible, lower jaw right there in black ink. No tattoo on this hand. We're gonna take a look at all his tattoos on his arms here in a little bit. And then he does have the other left hand is the rock and roll type pose, you know, like that. And then that same tattoo right there. And then his extra right hand is a closed fist. And so this hand articulates side to side, and then the rock and roll left hand articulates the same way, side to side. And then he does have a two-way radio, which is painted army green and dark brown. And you can see that they did sculpt it to look like it has buttons, and the speaker right there with an LCD screen. It's a little blacked out LCD screen. You can't really tell. It's kind of camouflages in, no pun intended, with the green color. And it does have a peg, so we are going to be able to peg this two-way into his utility belt right there. So let's go ahead and put that on there right now. It's kind of hard to actually peg it in. It's like the peg itself is too big, or the peg hole is a little small. You're gonna have to like kind of squish it in there. Really good. But that antenna is like flexible, and this whole walkie-talkie is pretty pliable. I'm gonna have to I don't know, shave down the peg a little bit, I think. So I did take my X-Acto knife and shave off just a few hairs off of that peg, and just a little bit of squishing involved still, but not too much, so it doesn't even peg in. But yeah, I got the walkie-talkie or the two-way radio pegged into his utility belt now. And then let's take a look at his helmet, which is very reminiscent of the Action Force helmets that those troopers wear. So we're gonna have to bust those out here in a little bit. But these actually have a little bit more color and a little bit more detail. So we do have the dark army green with the brown earpieces, and then we do have some paint there that says Hang 10. Yeah, so this is a little bit more detail. Looks like you have some wiring, and then on the back a brown pouch, and then the chin strap is loose and it is pliable and flexible. So here's a Valaverse Action Force Trooper guy, and it actually does have the night vision goggles, which Rock and Roll's helmet does not have, but it does look like it has that attachment port, like a simulated. So, but here's those two helmets side by side, comparison. and the back side. But let's go ahead and take his helmet off, and let's see if we can put, just for, you know, a little fun. It's a little loose, too big to fit on an Action Force figure. So this helmet is going to be, should be able to fit snug around Rock and Roll's head, and which it does right there. And, you know, just for fun and giggles, we're going to put on the Valorverse Action Force helmet on Rock and Roll, just to see how that looks. And it is too small to fit on his head. So no, you will not be able to use either Action Force helmets on at least Rock and Roll, and Rock and Roll's helmet on an Action Force figure will not fit. So there is Rock and Roll with his helmet on. Okay, continuing on with accessories, we do have his standard issue black pistol. And the magazine kind of juts out a little bit underneath the grip. All black. And then we have his heavy machine gun artillery belt, which is brown, painted brown with some gold, or make it look like it's brass. But yeah, this thing is pretty long. It's about almost as tall as Rock and Roll himself. Trying to hold this as straight as I can. And then we have the cartridge for the machine gun right here, same color as the gun itself. And you're gonna feed the simulated piece, which would go, one end would go in here, and then the other end is gonna go inside the machine gun itself, which is this one. Oh, I forgot to take off the black piece, this black cardboard piece that's wrapped around the barrel. So here is the machine gun. I forgot what action figure it is that has a very similar style and look on the machine gun, but this one is all black, and then the tripod section is army green. So you would peg in the artillery cartridge on the side right here. So just kind of match it up. So it looks like it goes like this. Oh, I have this one going the wrong way. Like that, but then like that. Then go ahead and peg it in. Actually put the, so just like that. And then of course the tripod, you can stand it up like that. All right, now let's take a look at all the figure himself. Taking a closer look at the head sculpt, looks pretty amazing. Very, very detailed in the hair and the beard. He's got that dirty blonde look and a nice brown wash, more so, not black wash. Great look of the brow sculpting, just overall great looking sculpt of the face and the ears and the back of the head. So he does have artillery belts going across his shoulders, and it is loose, but it's all one piece, same paint applications, brown with brass. And then as far as other utility things he's wearing, he does have a utility belt, which is where his two-way radio pegs into. He's got 3 magazine holsters right here, a utility pouch, the buckle going around. He does have a canteen, and it looks like he does have another peg hole right here. So you can put the radio, let's go ahead and try to put the radio there. Maybe it fits a lot better in there. Or should I not remove it so as to not be able to go back in? All right, there you go. So you can peg the radio on the side or on the back side of his belt. Going down, he does have his side mounted pistol holster right here, which is painted brown. On the other side, it's a loose also utility pouch that doesn't open up. Kind of want to fix those so they kind of stay in place. So lots of he got lots of utility apparel going on, and he does. So his shirt, starting at the shirt, it's painted dark green with cream, and this part of the paint is glossy compared to everywhere else on the body. I don't know why it's not matte finish, but it needs to be a matte finish to match the rest of the shirt and just the body itself. So that's kind of weird. He's got green army utility pants on, and then brown boots, and then he does have a brown not a watch, but some kind of utility wristband right there. It's got 2 buckles. On his left hand, he does have more artillery. It's like an artillery bracelet style. Same brown and gold or brass painting. It's a little bit shinier, the gold, than this brass is. And then the awesome tattoo work is pretty amazing. Look at this. I'm trying to make out what kind of... It looks like a fish, like, you know, that typical koi fish tattoo. And then this one, not sure what this one is. Kind of looks like some kind of sea creature. And then on the left arm, I can't make out what it is either. Just like some tribal looking stuff. And then it looks like another fish behind there. But these are removable if you just take off the hands. So speaking of taking off the hands, let's go ahead and try putting in the other 2 hands. So we got the rock. So here, this one does remove. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this rock and roll left hand on, and then the fist on the other. So that brown bracelet on the right hand also comes off too, the straps. Let's put that back on. And put his fist on. There we go. So now he's a rock and roll dude. It'd be cool if they made an extra head where he's got that rock and roll tongue out. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at articulation. So his head is it's going to rotate all the way around, tilt all the way down thanks to a double barbell neck joint, all the way back, head tilting left and right. Like I said, the neck also articulates at the collarbone right there. And then he does have butterfly joints, nice range of motion right there. Oops. Arms laterally can go up like that, all the way around. Bicep cut. Double pinless articulation, of course, is needed so we don't ruin the aesthetic of the tattoos. He does have an ab crunch. Back crunch pretty good. And then waist rotation. Even waist tilting a little bit. And then, of course, we have the drop down leg joints at the hip. Legs all the way up to the side. Kicking far up, forward like so. All the way back before it hits the buttock. Splits again. And then the thigh cut. Then the double jointed knees. No pin articulation. And why can't Marvel Legends look like these, you know? Some of them do, but... Oh, be careful articulating. There's going to chip some of that paint away right there, which you just did, but that's okay. Then we do have a boot cut. And then the boot swivel all the way up, all the way back. And good rocker right there. I love G.I. Joe figures. The articulation is just amazing for what they are. And just the detail alone. They really take the time with G.I. Joe figures. One articulation point that I did miss is his right hand. The gun grip it articulates up and down for aiming, so that's good. The left one that has the gripping one does only articulate side to side. Alright, so now it's time for some scale and size comparison with other classified figures. So there he is between Bazooka and Dusty, with Outback and Sergeant Stalker, with a Cobra officer and a Cobra trooper, a Bat and a Crimson Guard, Zorana and Baroness, and then with a couple of Action Force troopers. And there you have it, folks. Craig Rock and Roll McConnell, number 71 of the G.I. Joe Classified Action Figure Series line. Very great looking figure, great looking detail from head to toe, including the helmet that has 3 different paint applications from the hang ten to the green to the brown. Very well sculpted and detailed head. And great looking apparel all around with utility belts, and just the tattoos look amazing on his arms. Great accessories. The machine gun has been reused, I want to say 2 other times now. I forgot who the other action figures are, but you know, fitting nonetheless, because you know, rock and roll he's donning those artillery straps across his body. But yeah, he is going to be rocking and rolling on my G.I. Joe shelf. If you guys enjoyed watching this review video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, leave all your comments and thoughts down below, and please once again don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notifications bell to be notified of other videos like this. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.